How did I miss this Meghan Markle quote? It wasn't subtle at all. It was full on attack mode. Also, yeah, we got to talk about this. Welcome to Popcorn Palace. I am Andy Signor. Look, when I did my two-part reaction to this Fortune magazine, there was something weird with the upload. I don't think I caught this first minute. And this first minute is kind of the most important part of it because, well, I have two parts I want to revisit with you and talk about because Meghan's not subtle at all. Let's go through these and I want to see what you think if you agree with what folks are saying.
Well, I want to rewind about 5 years ago when you and your husband left England and you descended on Montecito, California, and you planned what your next few years would look like in terms of the business impact you could have and the philanthropic impact you could have. And a lot of initiatives are going. But I want to just go back to that moment of as you and your husband were planning this out, how did you think about what you wanted to do, what your ambitions could do, and from your seat, what you could do for women?
Now, remember, not a bad question, actually. Like, all right, you just moved from England, you came to Montecito, you have this whole now plan. What was your plan? She should answer it from a business perspective. Okay, my plan was this, but nope. She's got to take a jab at the royal family yet again, even though she wasn't asked to.
Well, I think 5 years ago was a very different situation for all of us. And, Archie was so little and I had just gotten pregnant with Lily around that same time. So we were nesting and healing and also
not working is what that means. Nesting is not working. Healing. We were healing because we needed to heal from all the things that the terrible English family did to us. How dare they? How dare they come after us? Oh, you are so mean. Her remarks are less than subtle jabs against at the monarchy's supposed interpersonal shortcomings. Yeah, her speech was a way to reshape her narrative while making subtle jabs, 100%. Yet again, doing her utmost to reshape her narrative, yet again, banging on subtly with past grievances regarding discomfort within the royal family, while again projecting her independence. Her remarks are less than subtle against the monarchy's opposed interpersonal shortcomings. She loses either way. Either she's oblivious to the digs she's making, or they are deliberate. If she's oblivious, then she lacks self-awareness. Amen. If they are deliberate, she reinforces all those who see her as a traitorous and vindictive person, which 100%. Particularly her cryptic nesting healing comments and references to the lack of plan come across as rebuking royal norms while being so self-centered, they further confirm her total lack of institutional loyalty. But not even beyond that, like she just admitted there was no plan. There was no plan. This was like the interviewer kind of queued her up to sound more intelligent and better than she is. She set it all up for like, let's tell us how you all had this. And Meghan should have taken that bait, but like, oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, it's been long in the coming. And I've always wanted to do blah, 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 blah. But she can't. She's got to go back to that past and think of the negative because she's still not over it. And again, she's either oblivious, which I'm not buying, or she is that villainous, which I think she is.
I don't know if I had the bandwidth at that time to think about what the big picture dream was. There was no plan. It was just, let's get through these next couple years, create community, which was always so important to both of us in our new environment.
Must have been nice that you literally didn't have to work and you bought like a $15 million mansion and just chilled to nest and build community. Oh, so relatable, Meghan. It must have been so nice. We didn't have a plan. I thought the whole plan was you wanted to go do initiatives and get out of the UK because they weren't letting you do that there. So you're basically admitting that both you and Harry had no idea what you wanted to do and just took 3 years off. Like, after college, rich people do. Oh, mom and dad, I'm not going to go to work. I'm just going to take some time off. Is that cool?
And then as we started to get into our producing through our deal with Netflix,
i.e., as we got into our deal that we had to pay off because we took all this money and then realized, oh crap, that is work and we have to go do that work. That's what all this came about. So it's very telling. That first minute I missed is incredibly telling of the reality of what Meghan and Harry were up against. And I don't think she meant to reveal that as much because she thinks she's doing it in one way. But it is absolutely a pulling of the mask off. Is that how you say it? An unmasking, however you want to phrase it, to show the real Meghan. In my opinion, I think this is incredibly Revealing.
really creating projects that we felt were compelling. And then I said, okay, I've always loved being able to share.
My jam.
I've always loved being able to cook and entertain. Is there a business here? And I think it was probably most people's assumption that if I was going to go into business, it would be fashion or beauty.
Yeah, most people think it's fashion because I'm so fashionable and I'm so beautiful. But I love jam.
But those 5 years at home, I wasn't running around wearing beautiful outfits. I was probably in Birkenstocks and sweats like the rest of us.
Like the rest of us in expensive Birkenstocks and sweats not working. You all don't work, right? It's not just me, right? Economy's not in the toilet right now in UK and the US. No, everyone's fine, right?
Especially during COVID or just barefoot at home. But I was making a lot of jam. So it ended up becoming the thing that really was my passion project that I turned into a business.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This woman. All came from the jam. Now, I've noticed this before, by the way. This is one more clip I'm going to play where this and the Rob Shutter is saying that Meghan's admiration for Barack and Michelle Obama borders on obsession. So much so that she wanted them front row at the wedding, but Buckingham Palace said no. Meghan was desperate to have the Obamas there. She saw them as everything she and Harry aspired to be, powerful, modern, beloved. But the Queen's advisors feared a diplomatic uproar if the Obamas were invited and Donald Trump was not. It would have caused an international incident. Ultimately, Obamas gracefully bowed out, sending warm wishes instead. Good move. Yet the connection only deepened. Meghan later met Michelle Obama in London and interviewed her for 2019's Vogue. Just this week at the Fortune Most Powerful Women Summit, Meghan compared her and Harry's Netflix deal to the Obamas. It's not dissimilar. Meghan doesn't just admire the Obamas, she wants to be them, the global power couple who walks away from politics but keeps their influence. Let's watch this little clip here. Here it is, talking about the Obamas.
Quite a relationship with Netflix over the years. And that partnership just renewed with slightly different terms. I'm wondering if you could talk about what are the terms now and how has that helped you build as ever?
Yes, well, my husband and I were in an overall deal with Netflix, and then not dissimilar to Higher Ground and the Obamas deal. Once that had come to its term, the extension of it, which was such an incredible sign of the strength of our partnership.
Not dissimilar to those, the Obama deal. We're very similar to them. I would put us in the same exact room, in the same exact category. That's how we are. It reminds me of this bit. I got to be careful. I can't play too much. The obsession level.
Cut into him, to tear the flesh, to wear the flesh, to be born unto new worlds where his flesh becomes my key.
Oh, God, I miss Phil Hartman. That skit is one of the funniest skits. Well, they're obsessed with Mr. Belvedere, but you could use that where his flesh becomes my key. I really think she wants to Silence of the Lambs and put Michelle Obama's entire body on her. I don't know. Is it just me? I do kind of think that's possible. I don't know how I missed those two comments, but I want to hear what you think of them. Pretty unreal, especially the fact that they had no plan. Why am I surprised? Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all alerts, smash that like button as well, and leave a comment down below. Stay tuned. We got a lot more coming. Thanks. Check out part 2 if you missed it. A lot of you didn't catch that one as much. I don't know if it's got sent out. Check out the whole channel. Appreciate you guys. We got a lot more coming here on Popcorn Palace.